days. I was terrified, but you know, I make it happen. You have to rise up to the occasion. Yo, BBoy Gage here. Yeah, AOD, you know, killing that shit. Salt Lake City, Utah. Recently moved to Buffalo, New York. This is my story.
Welcome to another episode of Neighborhood Stories. Today, from Buffalo, New York, we got Carlos, aka BBoy Gage. So,
what's up?
You've been from Salt Lake. We knew each other for a minute, and you moved out to New York. So, give us a little something about yourself.
Yeah, BBoy Gage. Just been chilling. 26. Graduated from Kearns High. Same old, same old.
What brought you out to New York?
I wanted to be a piercer, so I went to a piercing convention in Vegas, and actually that would be a crazy story now that I think about it. All right. So anyways, so I moved to Buffalo, New York because I met a owner of a piercing shop and a bunch of piercers out from Buffalo, New York, at a shop called Cowpoke. And Cowpoke Piercing. Cowpoke, yeah. It came from two different companies, Poke Me Body Jewelry and Cow Shits.
Cow Shits.
It was a clothing line.
Hell yeah.
So they mixed the two together and created Cowpoke. Anyways, so to get this job, right, I go to Vegas. Good, man.
You're good.
I go to Vegas, right, to a piercing convention that they hold every year. Yep. And the time that I go that actually like got me the job, I had no car, no money. I barely scraped up as much as I could. I sold a bunch of stuff. And I had a friend that was having a bachelor party out in Vegas the week before. He dropped me out. What's that?
And that's when you went. You went for the bachelor party at a convention, right?
Yeah. Well, I mainly went for the convention. This guy over here. Ruining the whole clip.
You got B-Boy Ali?
B-Boy Ali, winner over here, just beat me not too long ago. Even though I won, but
that was a good battle,
whatever.
Congratulations on the win, man.
Came all the way from Buffalo.
To lose to this guy.
To lose. Failure.
All right. So you give up everything. You like sacrifice to follow your dream. That's
pretty much. Yeah. So anyways, I had a friend that was having a bachelor party in Vegas the weekend before, so I was like, hey, I got a ride out there. I got the ride out there, and I pretty much essentially got stuck there. I had no money, so I stood on the floor. Actually slept on the floor of my boss's hotel room, and then I stayed there for the week. And then I had a friend that was supposed to come out and pick me up and take me back home because I had a wedding the next weekend. And so so anyways, I had a friend that was in California, and she actually scooped me up last minute. I drove the night before the wedding, and I drove straight home. Actually, I didn't even go home. I actually went straight to the wedding. I changed in the car real quick. I went straight to the wedding right after. And it was the craziest thing ever because I was essentially stuck in Vegas. I had no ride home. And when I was out there, my boss told me if I wanted a gig, man, just move out to Buffalo.
Really? And so you just picked up everything and you just went?
I just pretty much picked up everything and went.
Yeah.
No plan. Luckily, I had a coworker who let me stay at her house for a little bit, so I found my own spot. But pretty much, I wanted it bad enough, so
that's crazy. I mean, every day, and I talk about this a lot on our show, is like we live in a safe zone, in a comfort zone, where we go day to day, we do the same shit every day, because we know that it's safe, and that way, we can wake up the next morning and know where we're gonna be or where we're gonna go. But not enough do we take those chances, those risks, like Carlos here did, which kind of is where you follow your dream. You move, you drop everything. You sacrifice, yeah. And I mean, you're happy. I mean, I can tell you're happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm doing what I want. I wanted to do it for 8 years, maybe. I mean, when I was a kid, I was piercing myself and whatnot. I wanted to do it. Never knew how to get in. Then finally, a buddy of mine told me there's a convention in Vegas, and that's what got me out there and got the connection. And I left my family, friends, all my stuff, B-boy scene, obviously, all these people here.
But I mean, you found your own scene, you found your own niche out there in Buffalo. And do you have any advice for anybody that maybe just on the fence of following their dream versus getting a 9-to-5 or taking the safe route? What would you say to them?
Honestly, the hardest part is getting over your fears. It's just make it happen. There's literally no excuses whatsoever. Not a single thing. I actually quit my job to make sure that I followed my dream. Because I knew if I would have stayed at my job, I was working at a warehouse, I was printing stickers and on a big machine, and I knew I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something that I want to do.
Do what you love?
Exactly, do what I love, and so I made sure that I quit, so that way I would force myself, put a little fire under my ass, you know, kind of make it happen.
Right.
And yeah, made it happen.
Successful piercer, successful b-boy, second place, but
Second
that's all
place
right.
successful.
No, but, you know, I've always enjoyed watching you dance, and it's always been an inspiration. And that's one thing with, like, you know, b-boying and hip hop. It empowers anybody that follows it to, you know, to stand up and take that route. And I think, you know, probably b-boying took a big role in you kind of following your dreams.
Dude,
so
honestly, b-boying to me, like, this is exactly what I think everyone should be doing, just because every time you go out to battle, it's so nerve-wracking. It's crazy. Like, it's so insane to me. Like, even now at this battle just recently, when I had a battle Ali just a second ago, this dude is a machine. This dude's a monster, and I was terrified. But you know, I make it happen. You have to rise up to the occasion. Anyone that just sits in their little box day to day doing the same old stuff, you're not truly happy. Do what you love. Make it happen.
Word. Well, you heard it from Carlos first here, B-Boy Gage. Where can we find you?
Cowpoke Piercing, Buffalo, New York. BBoy Gage, Instagram, you know, all that.
Word.
Hit me up.
All right. Well, there it is. Thank you for tuning in again. Like, comment, do all that. I don't know. Do what you want. Share this video because, yeah, somebody's going to like it, all right?
Yeah.
Peace.